For as long as I can remember, I have been obsessed with self-improvement, such as creating new things and improving on my skills. And it's kind of like once you get a taste for a little bit of self-improvement, you just want to keep doing more. It definitely becomes a domino effect of success in one area of your life leads to success in other areas of your life. You naturally want to keep up that momentum. And a tried and true way in which people can learn and build new habits has been through books, specifically self-improvement books. We literally see it everywhere where these people are claiming to give you 5, 7, 10 steps that will change your life forever. That if you just apply these few things into your life daily, that you're going to become the world's richest person and all your problems are going to be solved. At least that's how a lot of these books are depicted as. So an interesting thought came to my mind, such as if a research study was done and you had a control group of people who didn't read self-improvement books and the test group that did read self-improvement books, which group would experience the most success? Or would the data just come back inconclusive, meaning that no difference was observed between the groups? So I did some research. To get some background on this topic, I used an article from Brett and Kate McKay from The Art of Manliness. And they basically said that self-help books are oriented in 2 different ways. First is the problem-focused self-help books, which offers advice on how to overcome specific issues like insomnia, stress, addiction, anxiety, and depression. And the other type is growth-oriented, which focuses on broader, more holistic topics like finding happiness, discovering your purpose, setting goals, developing your career, and improving your relationships. So problem-focused sets the foundation for growth-oriented self-help, which is very reminiscent of MASLOW'S hierarchy of needs. I'll spare you the details, but if you'd like to learn about it more, I'll put a link in the description. But it's basically MASLOW'S hierarchy is a pyramid, which basically puts the most basic needs at the bottom of the pyramid and the most complex ones at the top. And to put it simply, you need to fulfill certain areas of your life, such as the problem focus first, to be able to focus on growth-oriented success. And the very base starts from a psychological standpoint, moving on to safety, then love and belonging, and finally self-actualization. Now the psychological needs are just pretty basic human things, such as homeostasis, food, water, and overall health, and this one is directly correlated to the problem-focused, as well as security and safety needs. This includes financial safety, housing safety, Then you have your love and belonging needs, which is basically your family, friends, love, and the list keeps going on until you fulfill your pyramid. Now that we understand the types of self-improvement out there, we have to wonder, do they actually work? So a research article done by the Journal of Happiness Studies came to this conclusion. There's some evidence that reading problem-focused self-help books tends to be helpful for people with specific problems. As yet, there's no hard evidence for the effectiveness of reading growth-oriented books. This is a regrettable omission on the part of academic psychology. This same article also found that the self-improvement industry is a goldmine, as it shows that Americans alone spent over $563 million on self-improvement books in the year 2000. So it would make sense for anyone who's incredibly or even moderately successful to want to write a self-improvement book, because it seems that success is like a secret, and only the handful of these people know these tips and secrets to make their lives what it is. All of these ideas are just recycled. And from a consumer's point of view, it may be difficult to try and find the best and most time-effective self-improvement book. Now, don't get me wrong. I truly do believe that self-improvement books are very beneficial. I myself have benefited from these books. But my point is that people rarely don't have the tools, but rather people lack putting these tools and ideas into practice. I believe many self-help books work simply due to the placebo effect. And the reason I say this is because not many people are able to actually put what they read into a book into practice into their everyday lives, right? Now, of course, there is a percentage of people who read these self-improvement books and learn to put these into practice. But I think by just reading these books, it puts you in a state of mind to be a more productive person. It's not always that you're gonna remember everything that you read from the book and you're going to apply all of it into your life all at once. Most of us don't have photographic memories, and we can't just recall what we read and put that into our everyday lives. Now, you can read the book over and over and take certain points and do apply that, but the main benefit that I think you gain from a self-improvement book is by getting the mindset of what the author is trying to say. Meaning that once you read the book, you view your life through a productive lens. After all, humans are what we consume. We usually don't pay attention to what we're not looking for. But once we're told to look for it, we start to see it everywhere. Kind of like the idea of once you buy a car that you've been looking at, And once you buy it, you start to see that same car everywhere. And it's not that a bunch of people decided to buy the same car that you decided to buy that same weekend and now the streets are overflowing. It's just you are actually paying attention to it now. Self-improvement books make you more mindful of your time and your effort. And that's not to say that you can't gain any tips from these books. I believe all of us have a lot of potential, but we just need to be able to have the right direction in that potential. But something to take away is that not all self-help books are the best. So learn to pick the good things from each book that you read. Honestly, some of them are just complete bullshit. I think the worst self-help books, in my experience, are the ones that come from people who haven't done the things that you want to do or haven't done what they're even talking about. Do your own due diligence and make sure that what you're reading is actually good, that you're benefiting from it, that you're not forcing yourself through a book that you know that you're not getting anything out of. And that's why I continue to read these self-improvement books, is because there is no final destination. Just because I heard it once or read it once does not mean that I remembered it forever, and does not mean that I put it into my everyday practice. That's why I reread, I try to reread these books over and over, to really grasp the concept. It takes this author so long to be able to put this book together. And if I just go through the book one time expecting to get everything out of it, or even 2 times, 3 times, you have to be able to go over a book constantly and pick what you can get from it and learn from it. I have several recommendations for pretty good self-help books that I'll put on the screen, and I found that these have really helped me, and they're just great reads and stuff that I still need to go over and read again, just because I don't feel like I've gained everything I can from them just yet. But there's a lot to gain from them. Once you start inviting and consuming new innovative ideas into your life, they're gonna start coming to you. You start thinking in the mindset of how that author thinks as well, which I believe is the greatest benefit that you can get from these books. And it's never, once I finish this book, then I'll know what I need to and I can move forward. But as I continually read these books, I'm constantly just filling my mind with these ideas and thoughts and, having the same mindset as some of the biggest winners known to man, or at least your winners. And soon enough, you'll find that this actually translates into your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you can please let me know by hitting that like button and subscribing for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.